This is the first edition of the White and Wheat Bread podcast. My name's Jason Arena. Throughout this podcast, I'll be referred to as White Bread. On the other side of the screen, to the left of me, that's Wheat Bread.
Mr. Memphis. But they call me Wheat Bread. You can call me Wheat Bread. What's good with
you? All right, so me and my buddy Memphis, we became friends, about 6 years ago? It's been 7 years now?
About 7 years.
About 7 years. Memphis used to live directly in back of me. I met him because he was my neighbor, and I'm friendly, he's friendly, so we just became friends, and we started talking about things, and we have some interesting conversations. Biggest thing that I can say is we came up from completely different backgrounds. Okay, so I'll just start with myself. I'll give you a little bit of background on me. I'm 45 years old. Originally from the Northeast, the Rhode Island area, in North Providence. I have 3 kids. Got married in 2002. Unfortunately, my wife passed away this past year from cancer. We have 3 beautiful kids, and I'm a single parent now. So now I'm going to turn it over to my buddy Memphis. He's going to tell you a little bit about himself, and then we're going to get started on our first topic, and this is going to be fun. So turn it over to my boy Memphis. Let's go.
I appreciate that, White Bread. What to do here, better? They call me Memphis. Yeah, I'm born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee. Up here in the Queen City now. So I'm just a lover of life, and I'm on a quest for knowledge. And like he said, we met. I was his neighbor, and we linked. They always say opposites attract, but when the energy good, it makes a current, and we just didn't let the energy flow, and we built our bond, and we just got tighter and tighter. So I'm hoping to bring the Wheat Bread side to the fullest. Some may say some of these things may be controversial. I may be labeled a conspiracy theorist. I'm not. I'm just nosy, just like everybody else. But I promise you, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, man. 1,000 on certain on certain topics, and then 1,000,000 on other topics. So and I know White Bread gonna do the same. That's what's made this journey so far so special, and we wanted to share this with you guys and gals, and see if we have other people out there who view life just like we do. A lot of people say they don't see color, but they still see color, and this is what we're trying to make sure that we can help take those color blinders off. I'm just really anticipating this journey to do this for you all. And with that being said, we welcome you all to the White and Wheat Bread podcast. We gonna turn this thing up, and
we're gonna
see
turn it
what's
up right
popping.
now. I'm gonna tell you right now. We're gonna talk about something right now. We're gonna open it up. We're gonna do a first introduction. This is kind of a layup.
Yep.
For me and my boy Memphis, this is not a indication of things that we are going to talk about in the future. This is more just a introduction of the back and forth that you guys can expect when you tune into the White and Wheat Bread podcast. Again, we're going to be available on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We're going to have accounts on all social media, so you guys can check us out. But with that being said, we don't want to bore people too much with the logistics of what we're trying to do here. What we're trying to do here is we're trying to change the narrative, and we're trying to show people that although my boy Memphis might have a little more melanin in his skin, and he definitely had a different upbringing than I did, and we have different perspectives on things, that doesn't mean that you can't sit down and have a conversation and act like adults and just try to talk about our differences instead of yelling and screaming at each other and not moving forward. We're not progressing as a society. We're going backwards in a lot of ways, and it's because we don't have the ability to talk to each other.
Right.
So that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to show people
and open some dialogue.
Even though you're gonna see everyone's gonna see. Everyone who tunes into the White and Wheat Bread podcast is gonna know that we have different opinions on a lot of things. Listen, how about this? I'll break it down to you like this. Memphis is an Eagles fan. I'm a Patriots fan. When the Patriots and the Eagles played the Super Bowl together, what happened? We watched it in the same room, and we didn't argue once,
I
And when
bleed
Brady
green.
got the ball back,
I bleed
when
green.
there was 2 minutes left, what did I say?
What
I
to do,
said
Hurts?
someone's going to make a play and someone's
Devonta
going to win the Super Bowl.
walking. What
And
to do?
Brandon Graham went
Graham.
around Shaq Mason like he
I
was a
miss you,
traffic
Fletcher.
cone and stripped the ball from my boy Brady, and that was it. The game was over. Brandon Graham made a play, and we
That's
were
what you
able
call
to
a
just
loss,
move
baby.
forward. I congratulated him, and we went out and we chilled like we normally do.
I think
So
we made a gentleman's bet of $1
and so if we can see eye to eye on sports,
right,
then you can see eye to eye on
you can see the eye to eye on life. I promise.
So with that being said, let's move on to our first topic. The topic of the day is going to be Jada, Will Smith, Chris Rock, the Oscar debacle, and the fallout since. Where I got the mic right now, so I'm gonna put my take on this, and we're gonna show you how me and Memphis we go a little back and forth. So I'm gonna start off by saying that I saw what happened, witnessed what Will Smith did. I understand that not a lot of people agree with what he did. Violence is never the way to solve your problems. However, I can sympathize with Will Smith. And the reason why I can sympathize with Will Smith is simply from the fact that Will Smith has been married to Jada Pinkett Smith for 20 years. They're not perfect. They have never been perfect. No one's perfect. Okay. But they've been together for 2 decades. They got multiple children. They you can tell that they love each other. They built a family together. They built a life together. And like I said, they're not perfect. Okay. But Will Smith probably has very deep feelings for Jada Pinkett Smith. No matter what they've gone through in their marriage, they've lived a lifetime together. Okay, most people don't make. There's a lot of people who don't make it to 20 years old, so they lived more than some people live together. They built a life together. So, Will Smith understands that his wife is going through. She has a disease that's causing her to lose her hair. Okay, and take it from me, I know my wife lost her hair twice before she passed away. Okay, and she in public she would make it seem like it was no big deal. She made it seem like it didn't bother her. She was completely comfortable with it. Why? Because she didn't want people to talk about it. But at home, she was self-conscious about going to the grocery store. Okay, so with that being said, I know Jada Pinkett Smith has said in public that she doesn't care what people think about her bald hair and she doesn't care about this, that, the other. But that's what she's saying in public because I don't know anybody who welcomes somebody to point out something that you are personally self-conscious about and shine a light on it in public and have a whole room full of people laughing about it. I don't know anybody who wants that to happen to them. And I don't know any husband who's going to stand for that happening to their wife. So I don't agree with how Will Smith walked up on stage and smacked Chris Rock. Maybe he should have walked up on stage, grabbed the mic from Chris Rock, and ridiculed him about something that bothers him that he can't do anything about, and had everybody laugh about it and see how that made him feel. I'm sure Chris Rock wouldn't have appreciated that. So, with that being said, Will Smith's a husband and he reacted. That's all that I can say. And since then, Will Smith and Chris Rock have acted like grown-ups about it. How they've come out and they both acknowledged that they were wrong. They both acknowledged that they did something wrong. They both apologized, and it appears to me that they fist bumped and have gone back to business. And that's my opinion about it.
Well, white bread.
What's your opinion?
White bread, I'm
What's
gonna
your
say this,
opinion?
man. I'm gonna be real. I personally understand what you're saying when it comes down to feeling like you're being bullied.
Yep.
You know, but one thing that I do know, Chris Rock is a comedian. He gets paid to do exactly what he did. You know, the Oscars wouldn't have approved it if they had felt that it was going to be distasteful, and you know, because to me, I heard a gentleman last night, Kevin Samuels, and he was saying that if it's really that sensitive, and you didn't tell people that you had alopecia, but you did. And since you did tell people, since you did shave your head on live to get your point across, and you know, if it's that easy for you to do that, then you shouldn't be in your feelings if somebody makes a joke about it. I personally believe that it has a little bit more to do. Yeah, Will and Jada have been together for 20 years, but we don't know the ins and outs, and I know I don't. So, but I do know like Will Smith probably really meant when he said people do a lot of things for love. And I believe that. And, every man wants to make sure that they're always viewed as the man. If you talk big, if you feel like that you got game, or you feel like that you're that guy, and you talk yourself up to your woman or to your wife, or to your significant other, whatever the situation is, but you want to feel like that person who you are talking yourself up to continues to perceive you to be as such. And hey, we know what was said last August. I don't have to repeat it. We know what was said, and if a woman who's supposed to be married, in my opinion, and you want to put your man to the test at every possible turn, this was no different, you know. And like what was that? I think that was All Color Purple, or one of them Five Heartbeats or something. But dude said every night I got to fight to prove my love. He had to prove his love, and he risked it all. Jim Carrey said I would have sued him for 200 million. Would he
For a
be?
slap?
Jim Carrey said I would
Good
sue
luck.
him for 200 million.
Good luck in court with that one. Good luck in court with that one, you
Hey.
crazy ass hillbilly Jim Carrey.
Hey.
You're gonna sue somebody $200 million for a smack?
Hey, I'm just telling you what another slice of the
You
white
a
bread said.
snowflake, homie.
Hey, that's what one of the slices
Yeah, well,
in the
Jim
loaf,
Jim
man.
Jim Carrey's got to get outside his feelings a little bit.
But I do know that Will Smith, the oldest saying, still applies to this. Because everybody, you can go online and see everybody's giving their opinion about, oh, if that was me, I would have did this, or I would have did that, I would have did this. So let's flip it to Will Smith. Motherfucker know who and who not to fuck with. Excuse my French. But, I mean, that's just the reality, because Kevin Samuel had a big open forum last night on the Instagram. He said, so if that was The Rock standing up there and made the exact same joke, G.I. Jane joke, would Will Smith have walked up and slapped The Rock like he did Chris Rock? What you think, White Bread?
I don't know. The Rock didn't make that statement. And I'm gonna go back to hold on. I'm gonna go back to your original statement as Chris Rock is a comedian and that's what he gets paid. That's what he gets paid to do. Chris Rock does not get paid to make fun of people who have diseases. But Chris Rock does. Hold on.
He already admitted that he didn't know nothing about it until after the fact.
I don't know how.
That's why he apologized.
Well, first of all, it is I knew she had.
I'm just saying what the man said.
I knew she had alopecia. She famously shaved her hair because of it.
Right.
Okay, so for Chris Rock to come out and say,
but a lot of people said that she had cancer.
She doesn't have cancer.
All right.
Okay, she doesn't have cancer. She has alopecia. Right. She has a disease that makes you lose your hair.
Right.
And Chris Rock shined a spotlight on a disease that she has, and she had to shave her hair because of it. And if you think Jada Pinkett Smith is happy with a shaved head as opposed to a full head of beautiful hair, I don't think anybody is thinking that. I think Jada Pinkett Smith would rather have a full head of hair and not have Chris Rock have something to talk about her bald head.
She's always had a short hairstyle.
She's always had hair, though.
She's always rocked a short hairstyle.
She chose to keep her hairstyle the way she chose to keep her hairstyle.
But either way it goes, her hairstyle and Will Smith getting up there acting on it the way he did, even though
he was frustrated. Did you hear what Will Smith said?
I read it. I heard what he said. I understand all of that.
What did he say?
But when you apologize,
what did he say?
If you couldn't apologize to Chris Rock on national TV,
he did.
He wrote it in a statement. White
what did he say?
If you couldn't apologize to Chris Rock like you stood there and said, I first want to apologize to the Academy.
Answer the question.
Hold up, let me speak, White Brad.
You're not answering the question.
Let me speak. You can't cut me off. I mean,
there's only one answer here.
No,
this is an opinion. I asked you a question.
Asked what he said. So
what did he say?
He spoke on live TV and he gave a written statement. So which one you want?
I want the when.
Do you want the live statement or the written statement?
I'll tell you what I want to hear.
Oh, I figured that. You want to tell me.
I'm gonna tell you which one I want. Which one I want to talk about.
The live or the written?
Verbatim, he said. Jokes about me are part of the job. Jokes about my wife and a disease that she's dealing with is over the line, and I'm sorry. I emotionally reacted.
Is Jada Pinkett Smith the first woman, the first
That's
wife,
exactly what he
the
said.
first wife who done got major jokes cracked on them on major
About
platforms?
a disease they have? Yeah, I think so. Can you tell me another one?
I mean, I don't know. That's why
Tell me another one.
I'm asking since you know everything.
She is. I think
she's the first one
to be cracked on in public like that at the Oscars.
Y'all make sure y'all fact check that. Y'all fact check that for us, because I don't know. I don't know
about a disability. About a disease?
I don't know if that's a disability.
It's a disease, man.
It's a disease, but it's not a disability.
Why do you discount it?
Why? A disability means that you can't perform some type of
it doesn't.
basic function.
A disease, it's a disease, man.
She has a disease, but not a disability.
Okay, so she's the first actor.
Well, her not having her keep her from getting a job?
Yes or no? Yeah. If the role requires her to have a beautiful head of hair,
that's different. If she goes to apply for that role and that's a part of it, then I understand what you're saying. Exactly. But I'm saying, can that keep her from obtaining any work at all?
It can. Yeah, it can. You just said it. You just admitted.
Hold up. You can't be discriminated against everything else. So what? They're gonna add that to it? You can't be discriminated whether you got a bald head.
She fits a typecast now. She has to be a bald-headed woman in a role. How many bald-headed women have you seen in starring roles?
Well, that's why Chris Rock threw her.
That's
why Chris Rock threw her the pitch for the G.I. Jane, so she can make a little bread, baby. Chris Rock already gave you. He opened up the door for you to get a role, Jada. If you see this, he opened up the movie opportunity for you.
That's about as ignorant as you. What the statement that you
just said is about as ignorant
because it's ignorant. It's ignorant to make fun of somebody who has a disease.
For it to be my opinion.
It's ignorant to make fun of somebody who has a disease. That's like making fun of me for stuttering.
I stutter sometimes, so what's the difference?
Do you have a speech impediment?
You don't have one.
Yes, I do.
Because I hear you roast just fine.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't mean that I don't have a speech impediment. Don't tell me that I don't have a speech impediment.
We all have issues, Jay.
No, okay,
we all have issues, White Bread. You making this about you. We're talking about
I'm not making it about me. I'm making it about
why is it that you're referring everything that I say, you're finding a way to tie it on to you?
I'm not tying it on to me. I'm tying it on to making fun of somebody who has a disease.
I'm not making fun of her, but I mean, I'm going to give my honest opinion. I'm going to give my honest opinion of her. You know, we're talking about Jada Pinkett and Will. I'm talking about them. I'm not speaking about you and whatever you got going on.
You need to relate the topic to yourself. That's how you form an opinion.
I'm already relating the topic. I'm telling you straight up, the man was dead wrong for going up there putting his hand on Chris Rock, period.
And Chris Rock was dead wrong.
But sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
And that's why they acted like adults. And they squashed it.
No, Chris Rock acted like an adult.
So did Will Smith.
Will Smith didn't act like one when he put his hand on a grown man.
And Chris Rock did it.
Come on, man. Come on now.
And Chris Rock.
If somebody come up and slap you, you gonna just let them slap you?
Hold on. Do you have respect for a man who makes fun of a woman with a disease?
I'm just like so many believe that there is a better way that he could have handled that situation. Even though you were enraged,
do you have respect for that man?
He said he was in his emotions. He let his
Did you lose any respect for Chris Rock?
Did I lose any?
Mm-hmm. No, he didn't. No, none.
Did I lose any for Will Smith?
Yeah. Why?
Because
he stood up for his wife.
It's not a matter of you standing up for your wife. You could have stood up for her. You still could have stood up for her.
He did,
but you didn't have to put your hand on a grown man in that type of controlled environment. If that was the case, if you really wanted to hit Chris Rock, then you should have hit Chris Rock.
All right, here we are. We're back. All right, so 28. Let's just do 28 and a half minutes. All right, so
let's go.
Let's get back into it.
So my question that I'm asking, White Bread, is due to my ignorance, due to my lack of knowledge, and I'm doing what I'm paid to do, and while I'm doing what I'm getting paid to do, due to my lack of knowledge, I do something that is disrespectful or wrong or hurtful. Does my lack of knowledge, along with me working, constitute that someone should come and slap me? Should I get slapped for my lack of knowledge?
You're being very narrow-minded here. I'm gonna say something. The only way that I give opinions about things is I insert myself into the situation and I say what I would do. So I don't care if someone was ignorant to the fact that my wife had cancer or not, or ignorant to the fact that she had alopecia. Mm-hmm. If me and Marilyn were out in public and she had her hair short, like Jada Pinkett Smith, which she had dead for a long time. My wife had short hair, by no fault of her own. She had to shave her hair, same as Jada Pinkett Smith. By no fault of her own, she had to cut her hair off because she's losing it. Just like Marilyn cut hers off because she was losing hers. Okay? If I was out in public and somebody ridiculed Marilyn, and it was just me, Marilyn, and one other person, the person who was talking shit, made an ignorant statement to Marilyn and it hurt her feelings, I'm going to tell you right now, that guy getting a bitch slap would be the least of his problems.
So hold on, we're gonna hold it right there at the confrontation. Okay. So I asked this question. So the gentleman makes a disrespectful statement. Damn, what happened to all of your hair? And you're like, man, what the fuck did you say? Okay, this is the way it's gonna play out. So I want you to role play with me. So if you be like, man, my fucking wife has fucking cancer. What the fuck is you saying? And he'd be like, I am so sorry, please, ma'am, I'm so sorry, forgive me. I promise you I meant no harm. I was just joking. Are you going to still kick the shit out of the guy?
I would well, first of all, if somebody made a statement about my wife's hair in public, oh my God, look at her short hair, or just made her feel like this small about her hair.
Her to any degree,
to any degree. And I saw that.
I know his wife, by the way, y'all, sweet lady.
And I saw discomfort or pain in her eyes, knowing that shit she's already going through about this.
Right.
There wouldn't have been a statement. There wouldn't have been, what the fuck did you just say?
So you would have knocked him out first and then
I would have had him by his neck and I would have been explaining to him that my wife has cancer.
Okay, so while you choking him up, we're gonna role play it. You're choking me up. Man, I'm so fucking sorry, bro. Please forgive me. I didn't know. I was just joking, honestly. Forgive me. Are you gonna still kick the shit? You gonna still smack him?
I would have let him go and I would have been like, all right, man, it's cool, but don't disrespect people in public like that. This is what happens when you disrespect people in public.
Absolutely. And so I'm gonna say this from my wheat bread, most honest.
When you disrespect a man's wife and the man is present, this is what happens.
Absolutely. But this is a real good learning and teachable moment for everyone. You never assume and never judge a book by its cover. Just because we see the glory, we don't know no one's story. And I mean that. You know, we have to be able to be somewhat empathetic at all times. You know, unless you're in a real confrontation, somebody trying to rob you, break in your house, then by all means, just go gadget. It's Captain Caveman. It's all of that crunk stuff, you know what I'm saying? But and White Bread can attest to this. I you know, ever since I left Memphis, shout out Memphis, Tennessee, by the way. Love y'all, Black Haven bound. But ever since I've left Memphis, I can honestly say, surrounding myself around great individuals such as White Bread, his family, they embrace me just like family. I embrace them just like my family. You know.
And I met a lot of members.
Yeah, he's met my mom recently.
His mother is great. He's got a reverend for a brother. Like, he's great. He's got a great family as well.
I want people to be able to. We have to, if we can just take off the first layer of the bull. If we can just, you know, just like how he said when he does his processing and looking at any situation, he looks at, especially this Will Smith. He said, I look at it and I put myself in that position, and that's the right way to do it. That way you can give a conscious, honest answer. I appreciate that real answer, White Bread, because that's real. And I hope that you all got something out of this semi discussion. Because,
well, you know, it comes down to the fact that, you know, I feel like people should always, and I don't care if you're doing comedy or what, I feel like comedians, their role should be to talk about broad topics.
Right.
They should never single out one person in the crowd, especially about something like that. If you want to make a joke about somebody not making a good movie, like Will Smith said, jokes about me, I take them. It's just part of the job.
Right.
But jokes about my wife, about her disease. Now, if he made a joke about something else, I really feel that if Chris Rock had made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith, with anything else besides her hair, I don't think that Will Smith would have done shit. I think he would have laughed about it because jokes are part of the game when you're a celebrity. But when you talk about somebody's disease and you point it out and you shine a spotlight on it, and you don't know what Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith have talked about, you don't know how she really feels about this because, like Marilyn never let anybody know except me how she really felt about it. She never even told. She never even told the kids. She told me her self-consciousness and her lack of self-worth because she didn't have hair.
Well,
so it's a very big thing for women. For men, it's not a big deal. Men, I've had the same haircut. My hair's been this short since I was 13 years old. This is my haircut of choice.
Right.
You know, but if I was used to having Fabio hair and then I got alopecia and I had to shave my hair off because I was losing it all, and I love to have long, beautiful hair, well, then I probably would feel a certain way about having my hair cut like this because I want my hair to be long and I feel comfortable with my hair, same as you with your dreads.
At the end of the day,
you know,
I get what you're saying, but I'm going to say this. I guess I have a issue only with Will Smith because you risk so much.
Even he can afford legal battles.
Even your wife's and your family's stability.
It's a smack. If it had not that big of a deal between men.
Because, okay, well, I'm going to pose the same question that Mr. Samuels posed on his platform last night.
Yeah, go ahead.
So let's just say, hypothetically, when he slapped Chris Rock wasn't expecting it. So he smacked him and he slipped and he fell and he broke his neck.
Yeah. Then Will Smith has to be
But Will Smith would have been
actions.
justified in killing Chris Rock, right?
Well, no, he wouldn't have. No, he wouldn't have been justified because he would have been in jail for involuntary manslaughter.
Hold on, but we know he wasn't intending on him breaking his neck. I just wanted to slap the shit out of him.
Well, I think that you, as a man, you understand that when you put your hands on somebody, you always open yourself up for certain liability. And the fact that he did it, he was obviously willing to accept the liability of his actions. So like me, when I used to work at the nightclub, you know, I'm a big, strong guy. Every time that I put my hands on somebody at the nightclub, there was always a chance that I was going to throw them into a wall and they were going to really get hurt. And I'm not trying to kill anybody. I'm just talking about intention.
You had the Cedric the Entertainer approach every night at work, I believe. You wish a motherfucker did something.
No, I didn't. No, I'm a lover, not a fighter.
He told me some stories about breaking up a fucking mosh pit.
It is breaking up.
I've never seen a mosh pit, okay? And I've never in my life, look, I'm from the city, I'm from the hood. I ain't never seen a mosh pit, but from the description and some of the, he Will Smith a lot of motherfuckers.
We're going to sign off here and thank you. Please like and subscribe.
Help us
make a difference. We're going to try to open up a dialogue and show people this can actually be something that can happen between common people. So, thank you.
I even got no white glasses.
Please like and subscribe.
Yes, please.